This video is about comparing decimals. So given two decimals, trying to figure out which one is larger. Drawing. Again, we can draw these decimals to see which one create a greater area, but this can be problematic if we have lots of decimal places. We generally use 10 by 10 grids to draw decimals, which only go to 100th. So now we're going to have a lot of problem if we have a number like 4 thousandths, 5 ten thousandths, 200 thousandths, and 9 millionths. It's possible to do it, but not at all worth the effort. So how are we going to do it? We're going to find the largest place value. The idea is this. If my largest place value is more than yours, then my number is larger. For example, 45,122 versus 9,999. The first number has some 10,000s, right? This 4 is sitting in the 10,000s place, so I know that I have some 10,000s. The second number is not even big enough to reach the 10,000s place. No matter how many 10,000s there are, the number that has 10,000s is going to be bigger. So in this case, 45,122 is bigger than 9,999. Another example. 0.009452345667 versus 0.020001. Again, we're looking for the greatest place value. So looking at the number on the left, the greatest place value that has a number in it, a number besides 0, is the 9. So that puts it in the tenths, hundredths, thousandths spot. Looking at the number on the right, I have a 2 is my first non-zero digit. The largest place value that doesn't have a 0 is the hundredths place. So now, it doesn't matter what any of those numbers are. It doesn't matter that the one on the left is longer or that the one on the left has higher numbers as digits. All that matters is that that number on the right has hundredths, and this one doesn't have any hundredths. So the first number, the greatest place value is 1,000ths. The second number, the greatest place value is hundredths. Hundredths are greater than thousandths, so we know that the number on the right is greater than the number on the left. So what if the greatest place values are the same? For example, here. So my greatest place value that's not a 0 is a tenth. My greatest place value here that's not a 0 is a tenth. Both tenths. All we have to do is look at what number is in the tenths place. Because no matter what comes after the tenths, anything that's smaller than the tenths, anything to the right of the tenths, those will never add up to a tenth. So even though, for example, in this number I have 9 hundredths, in fact, I even have then a 7, okay, that number will never bump that 4 up to a 5 or a 6 or a 7. Okay, so it doesn't really matter about any of those smaller pieces. I can just look at the 5 in the tenths place and the 4 in the tenths place. 5 is bigger than 4, so I can tell that the number on the left is larger than the number on the right. Okay, so what if it's the greatest place values are the same and that digit is the same? So now I have 5 tenths and 5 tenths. Okay, well that by itself is not enough information. So we have to then go and look at the smaller pieces. So in this case, we'll just go one place over. That's what we're always going to do actually. And we're going to compare the hundredths. So I have the same number of tenths. So let's go to the hundredths place. I have a 1 in the hundredths place. I have a 2 in the hundredths place. So the 2 in the hundred place is going to make that number bigger. Okay, some helpful hints. Make the numbers the same length by filling in any blank place value spots with 0. So here I have 0.27, so that's 27 hundredths. That's exactly the same as writing a whole bunch of zeros after it. You could write a whole bunch of zeros before it if you want to. Any place value can get filled in with a 0. Okay, if nothing is written there, it is assumed to be a 0. So that can be one helpful hint. Secondly, line up your numbers one over the other so that all the place values line up. So make sure whatever's in the ones place lines up with whatever's in the ones place. So comparing decimals is all about the largest piece. Find the largest place value with a non-zero digit. That is the only information that you need. Unless that first largest place value are the same. So if I have 7/10 and 7/10, then I need to look to the next largest place value. Non-zero digit, don't be scared by that terminology. Non-zero digit literally just means the place value spot that has a number in it that is not zero. So non-zero digit means any digit besides a zero.